We probably have about 30 lenders in total.
This is the Healey Brothers Show.
I'm with Brian and Jason Healey, and we're going to chat about how Healey operates the used car market. So how many used cars do we currently have?
Right now we have just a little over 300 pre-owned vehicles in stock. That fluctuates month to month, but that's a good number for us compared to the volume level recently through COVID. A good thing to touch on here is that more than 70 of those are priced under $20,000 or less.
So $20,000 or less really helps for people to get into a car that's kind of at a lower price point with a lower monthly payment.
I mean, it opens up the market to everyone. Give everyone a chance from every spectrum to own a vehicle. So it's pretty nice. And nowadays, with everything being so expensive, having vehicles under 20,000 is like a diamond. They're hard to come by, but we seem to figure out how to get them and keep them and be able to offer them to our consumers.
What is the process we do to make sure that they're frontline ready and they're fully mechanically sound?
The vehicle goes through a used car inspection process. We take an hour to 2 hours looking over each one. And typically, if any maintenance item is 50% or less, it is replaced. We fully recondition our vehicles in the prep department. That could take up to a day to handle that alone. Once it gets on the front line, we take pictures. It's on HealeyBrothers.com and all the third-party manufacturer sites as well. And then it's considered frontline ready.
It's a very detailed process. It's not just as simple as that. We really have our techs thoroughly check these vehicles. They're not just like, oh, hey, it's at 50%. They're going through it. They're checking everything. They want the vehicle to be as safe as possible. And plus, we're putting our brand on it and our name behind it. So we want every product to be ready for that consumer. So it doesn't have come back our major issues. We know you put your families in them. Your loved ones are going in it every single day. We got to make sure that vehicle is ready to go and it's going to drive great. Nothing's going to break on you. And we back it by our brand. Like I said, it's a product that we stand by when it gets done and goes through our shop and gets all detailed and ready to go.
Is there a certain warranty that comes with purchasing a used car that can kind of make people feel a little bit more comfortable in case there is something that happens to the car shortly after purchasing it?
I'd say in New York State, you have the assurance that the state mandates certain warranty for every used vehicle sold. There's a threshold depending on the miles of the vehicle. But Healey Brothers is going to stand behind our vehicle, the sales process. We have extended service contracts that you can also purchase, basically extended warranties. They're called extended service contracts that can be molded to your driving patterns. High mileage, low mileage, extended terms up to about 10 years after purchase. So there's a lot of different things that we offer.
Yeah, and we built that right into your payment too. So just go right into your monthly payment as well. But we do offer our right off the bat is 48-hour return policy. It's something we stand by. If that vehicle and you go and drive it and you don't like it, bring it back. We'll give you your money back, swap the vehicle out, find the vehicle that's right for you. But we stand by that. We market it and we're going to honor it.
So there's no hassle with that 48-hour return policy?
There is no hassle. It's 48-hour return policy.
And so outside of extended service plans or the extended warranties, how many certified pre-owns do we have?
Right now, about 125.
And what qualifies them to be able to be a certified pre-owned?
So each brand is going to have a little bit different criteria, but typically the vehicle has to be 5 model years or newer and less than 60 or 80,000 miles, depending on the brand. The vehicle has to go through the shop and pass certain criteria that deems it certified. Some of that is mechanical, other is cosmetic. But what I like to tell a lot of people, friends, family, is that our reconditioning process for all pre-owned vehicles is the same as a CPO for any brand. So if you're buying a Honda from the Healey organization, even though we don't have a Honda franchise, know that we recondition that vehicle up to the utmost standards.
Is there a certain brand that you would say has, out of our stores, has like the best certified pre-owned warranty? Or are they all kind of the same?
They're very similar. I would say that Hyundai, Kia, and Mitsubishi have the best because their powertrain warranty is a 10-year, 100,000 mile. So the certification wraps into that. But they're all pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I remember them all being pretty solid, and it's always nice to have that extra brand of Ford or Hyundai back behind the used car, as well as our reconditioning process, and it always makes customers feel a little safer. And the price point on certifieds right now are obviously better than new. It definitely helps for a consumer to get an F-150, say, instead of buying a new F-150 that it can be pretty pricey right now.
Before, you were saying with like the warranty plans, like they get factored right into your payment. You can purchase a maintenance plan, if I'm not mistaken, like right when you purchase a vehicle. Would that get factored into your payment as well when you buy a used car?
Yeah, so that'll just get put right into your monthly payment. You'll have your maintenance built in. Now you definitely don't have to worry about it. You just have to worry about making your monthly payments for your vehicle. And a service contract will be in there, your maintenance, any other vehicle protection programs you'd like to sign up for. We could also put that in your monthly payment as well.
What other vehicle protection programs are there?
Well, it depends what purchase you have and what you want to. You can protect your vehicle with Simonize, protect your paint interior. So we're on used cars right now. So you have theft protection we could do for your vehicle, depending on year, right?
Yeah, tire and wheel protection. I mean, just because you're purchasing a pre-owned vehicle doesn't mean you don't want to protect your expensive rims. You could be purchasing a 2022 Tahoe with 22-inch rims. They're quite expensive. So the product basically covers any type of damage that you might incur from our fantastic New York roads.
Yeah, and then another big one is we tend to find on the used cars the key replacement. We give you 2 keys every time. So, but who doesn't lose keys? I feel like I hear about it every single day. That I know we lose keys at the dealership when we're replacing them. So I can imagine that that happens a lot at home, or when you have kids involved and stuff like that, keys can tend to go missing. So that's another good one to roll into. We're key replacement. We'll replace your key.
And when it comes down to the financing portion of it, what are different financing options we have to cater to every type of consumer?
We pretty much can offer anything that's out there. We have finance terms as low as 24 months and as long as 84 months, as long as the vehicle model year qualifies for it. We use local banks, regional banks, local credit unions, nationally recognized banks. We probably have about 30 lenders in total between all the stores. So we're able to, pick and choose what's best for the consumer.
How long of a process is it normally to get someone approved for a loan when they're coming into our finance?
That's a loaded question. I would say, it could be as quickly as 10 minutes.
Different for every consumer. It's consumer based. So
It's really going to be dependent on your it could be income, it could be your credit score, your age. If you're someone who's 18 years old and you've been on the job for only 6 months, that's going to be a longer process in order to get the ball rolling for you. Could be that you potentially could need a cosigner, but not everyone does. But again, that's why there are certain banks that have specific programs for first-time buyer or special finance, someone who's either has no credit or is rebuilding their credit. And not every bank does every single thing well. So that's why we have so many lenders to choose from, and our finance managers really know when we're going through that credit application what banks are going to best fit you.
yeah, I mean that's why we have these great relationships with all these lenders. It's really help the consumer and get them the vehicle they want, they need. I mean, you need a vehicle around here. You need to go point A to point B. And some people have some hardship in life, don't have the best credit, or had something. So we make these partnerships with these banks and have all these different options to help them get approved. We want to help you as much as possible without you having to shovel out bucket loads of money, and we want you to get that vehicle. That's also why we have the credit acceptance program. So people, like I said, had a hardship in life and have their credit tarnished a little bit. We can help you get approved to this program, and it seems to work great. And it's just really made a lot of customers happy because they're able to get that vehicle they didn't think they were able to get.
So a section on the website that I wasn't familiar with, and I only just learned about probably 10 minutes prior to this, is how would you explain the pre-auction cars that people will look? So when you click on the shop, you obviously see the under 20,000 used, new, but there is also a section that is pre-auction cars.
So that's a segment that we created. Basically, when a vehicle turns 60 days old, we've deemed that we haven't turned it fast enough. I don't know if I touched base on this earlier, but we have about 300 vehicles in stock at any given point in time. Now we're selling 300 to 400 pre-owned vehicles every month. So most of our inventory is sold within that month, but some aren't. So when they get to be about 60 days old, all of our sales managers know that this is now what we consider an aged pre-owned vehicle. The prices are slashed, and if that vehicle isn't sold in the next 30 days, it goes right to the auction. So typically that's going to be a vehicle that's been on the lot a little bit longer, but the price is going to reflect that, and you might get a deal.
Yeah, it's like the last chance buyers club. Hey, if it's not going to get sold now after these slash prices, we're going to take our chances at auction, get something fresh in. It's just something that we agreed upon, and seems to work well. And also, whether we're not really there to make a profit, we want to put a Healey bracket on that vehicle and help a consumer get that vehicle or purchase that vehicle. So that's why it's slashed. And like I said, we'd rather have a Healey bracket on it and put it through our shop than just shipping the vehicle.
Yeah, lifetime customer is worth a lot more than just that one sale. So we want to keep you happy and hope that you come back for service and for sales for the next time, and refer your friends and family.
Kind of like how Jay and I said last time. Jay wants them to join the Healey family for life.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of it. And that's why you're in business. You're in business to get consumers for life, not just one shot. There's some dealers in some areas that they get to pick from millions and millions of consumers every single day because they're in such populated areas. We want that consumer in our area, not just because it's smaller, but we want them to come back for life. We want their kids to come here, their grandkids to come to Healey, whether it's buying a new, but even used. Like, we have great used vehicles for children if you don't want to spend something on new. And it's, that family-oriented comeback for life is what we're here for. And that's what we believe in, and we've always believed in from when our grandfather was running our first Chevy store. So
what's the ways that we help cater to the consumers to make them want to come back, or even make them want to come to us for their first time? Like,
well, one is building big, beautiful facilities where it feels like you're staying in a 5-star hotel. So that's definitely one thing we like to do, is always update our facilities, whether you want to stay here or not. But if you want to come here, service your vehicle, and you can get on your laptop, have an awesome cup of coffee. You haven't seen our coffee machines. They're probably the craziest coffee machines on the planet. I would put them against Starbucks, that's for sure, or Dunkin' Donuts. So we do that. I think we do a great job with our digital presence. We make it as simple as possible to go online, even purchase, reserve a vehicle. There's not much hassle there. The price is on there. You can almost get to the penny perfect dollar amount of the vehicle you want. You could add vehicle protection plans. You could chat with someone 24/7. And I think another thing is our people. That's our number one thing. I think we have some of the best people in the world like that work here. They're trained well from our management down, and they just want to go the extra step. They're here to serve you, and that's what makes it so special too. I think our customer service has excelled since we've added people as well, and just trained people.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, just convenience in the Hudson Valley. That's another one. Having the 9 locations throughout the Hudson Valley. But for some people, the other part is what we do to give back to the community. A car is just a car to them. They don't really care what they're driving, but they want to do business with a company that gives back. And Healey gives back. I mean, each individual store does plenty of different programs in their own towns, and then as a group, corporate level, we do a lot of sponsorships. We have our own non-for-profit foundation, and each year we're giving hundreds of thousands of dollars back to the Hudson Valley community.
Yeah, that's something we love to do, though. Me and you talked about that last week. It's something we enjoy to do. It's been an honor to start that, and every car sold, every service customer is also a chance for us to give back and help someone in need, or help a little kid's school, or help a local little kids baseball team, or something in that sport. We love to do it. We love to be in the community. We help out in the community, not just for dollars, but go and give some time. So those things are important for us, and we just want to also give a good product as well. So, and it starts the customer experience. It's a big full circle. of giving and selling and servicing and all that.
I don't really have anything else prepared. So if there's something else you want to speak on, feel free.
So I mean, we could also ask. So, Brian, where do you see our inventory? Do you think our inventory should be bigger? I mean, I'm in the area of having more cars, but what are your thoughts on it?
So COVID played a big role in this. Pre-COVID, we were just about 500 pre-owned vehicles in stock. COVID hit, new car levels dropped drastically down from about 3,000 to 4,000 down to less than 500. And then the used car volume was down to maybe 125, 150 cars in stock. We've obviously been able to get those up, but I would still like to have about 500. But really, we have no control over that. That's a lot to do with the market, the manufacturers with new car inventory levels. The used car market is constantly changing. It's not a quarterly type market. It's not even monthly. It's week to week. Values go up or down, and market levels go up or down depending. You could have Enterprise sell 50,000 cars in the nation, and now they're at auctions, and now you have all these extra used cars, or they could be buying 50,000 because they can't get them from Chevrolet. So, it's a little bit out of our control, but I would like to have 500. That would be.
I mean, I'm in agreement with that. I think 500 is a perfect number, and that's why we partner with KBB as well. So, elaborate on how important KBB is to us and how we try to buy these vehicles not just off the street and keep trades, and we back that KBB name.
The KBB instant cash offer really through COVID was a godsend. So, as everybody knows, used car values skyrocketed for about 2 years. A lot of people had equity in their vehicles, and they're just not used to that. Buying out their leases, having a vehicle that prior to COVID, they might have been upside down, and now they had equity. So the KBB instant cash offer through the group, we're purchasing 50, 60, 70 vehicles from customers every month. I know that some people might say that, the used car market, the pricing is too high, but if you have a trade-in, that means your trade is worth more. So it's just like selling and buying a house. Right now, your house is worth more, so you might be able to afford more for what you're purchasing. Used vehicles are going to be that same way. Your trade-in is worth more than it was probably 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he said. I literally had a friend the other day. He goes, "Oh, but you guys are," I was like, "Your trade's worth $5,000 worth more than it was a couple of years ago." I'm like, I guess you're right.
Do we keep a large portion of the KBB instant cash offers that we take in? Because I know they can range from any years. Like they can be a lot older vehicle, they can be a newer vehicle.
We will purchase anything, even if it doesn't qualify for KBB instant cash offer. There's certain criteria as the dealer partner for KBB. We have to do our due diligence and go meticulously, inspect that vehicle, because at the end of the day, we're representing them and we're giving it back to them if they so choose. So if we don't do our job, then they're gonna ding us for that. So that's why the process might take an extra 10 or 15 minutes at the store, but we keep 95% of those. There are some that go to the auction. Maybe a quarter of those might go to the auction, a little higher mileage. But we will buy anything. So it doesn't matter if it's a Ferrari or a Daewoo. We'll purchase it.
I mean, we've purchased a McLaren off the street, and I mean, who would have thought? Well, I mean, someone came in, he texted me, he goes, "Hey, I want to get rid of my McLaren." I was like, I mean, okay, well, let's purchase it. We obviously had to do our due diligence on it, cut the guy a check on the spot, right there.
When did we take that in?
So that was right before COVID.
I don't even know about it.
Yeah, so it was quick. He found me on Instagram. He knew a friend of a friend, messaged me, and he was like, "Hey, I'd like to get rid of my McLaren. I think I want a TRX too, but I just want to sell for now. I'm trying to weigh my options." And so came in, and damn.
I know we had a GT3 RS at Ford. Was that a trade-in or was that a KBB?
I think he might have traded that one. But you got to remember, we're putting the KBB value on all these vehicles. We use it as a tool store-wide. So I mean, it's also very transparent. We show you the value KBB spitting out. We go around your car. Obviously, that's why when you do it online, we want you to put the accurate information in there, because the more accurate information we have, the better number that KBB can put on it. And then also we could go and see it, and makes the appraisal job to make sure, hey, these tires aren't bad, or or something in that sort, or hey, you're missing a quarter panel or something like that. So those things are very important, like the data in, data out. But KBB has been great to us. I mean, it's like you said, a godsend. I think it's probably one of the best products we have.
When did the partnership start?
I'd say 2019.
We wouldn't have those 70 extra vehicles if we didn't have KBB, I don't think. I mean, we would have to beg, fight, and steal probably to get them off Facebook or something like that. But it's been good and
It made the process easier, for sure.
very fluent and transparent.
I would be scouring Facebook. I'd be scouring Craigslist, and we can find one or two a month here and there, but being a KBB buying center, it was big.
That alone is like a 3 or 4 person job just to find something on Facebook and find the right thing. I mean, everyone's there trying to sell their car for the moon too, so it's very hard to get through all those.
I didn't know we did that. We'll buy cars off Facebook.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
How easy of a process is that for the seller?
Either we'll send them the link, and then one of the KBB representatives that we have in-house will walk through the process, or we have a wholesale manager that handles the wholesale operations of buying and selling for the whole group. And I'll take a screenshot for a vehicle that I find, let's say on Craigslist. I'm able to use the KBB tool to get some more information about it, screenshot it, send it to him, say, hey, reach out to this guy or girl, and see if we can make a deal. And so he drives all around, whether it's Orange, Dutchess, Ulster, Sullivan, he's everywhere.
Is there a certain radius that we have?
For us going and finding a car, normally just in those 4 counties, but as far as the KBB tool itself, we're getting leads in as far as Binghamton, because there's no other Kelley Blue Book dealer. And most dealers, their mindset is, if you're not buying a car from me, if you're not trading this in and buying a car from me, I'm going to lowball you. Your car is worth 20, but I'm not going to give you 20. I'll give you 16 because you're not buying anything from me. It's just a ridiculous thought process in our minds. Your car is worth what it's worth. If you're going to buy something from us, great. Your car is worth $20,000. If you just want to sell us your car, great. It's worth $20,000. And then, we'll figure out what to do with it after the fact. But you don't have to buy anything from us. There's no strings attached.
I mean, I guess we could talk about the variety of used cars we have.
We have a lot of German cars right now.
Yeah, where would you say our variety? I mean, our variety mix in my head's probably mostly what we own, but
We actually have a lot of import vehicles right now. I'd say so. If we have 320 cars right now, cars and trucks, I'd say probably 200 of them are going to be the brands that we sell new. They're going to be the Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, etc. But we have a lot of Subarus and Hondas and Toyotas, Tesla. We have some Mercedes, Volvo. It doesn't matter. I mean, if as long as the vehicle can pass the used car inspection process for us when it's traded in or sold to us through KBB or another source, we're going to retail it. I mean, that's our mindset. The ones that don't pass the inspection process, those are the ones that get wholesaled.
And then our Lincoln facility, we've been actually buying some more luxury style vehicles like the Land Rovers and Jaguar. We have a couple of Mercedes here as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, an Audi. Yeah, so we have a variety of everything.
So that allows, regardless of what kind of brand you're looking for, you can go to any of the locations. And
I'm sure if you're coming to look for a car, new or used, we got a vehicle for you that's going to work. Budget in mind, whatever you need, your wants, our people, our employees will help you find that vehicle, and we got it here at Healey.
And if I'm not mistaken, you can just go to one of the locations and we'll bring a used vehicle to that store regardless of where it is?
Yes, that's true. The only caveat there is that if you're at the Ford store and you want a Chevy Silverado that happens to be up the street and it's certified and you really want to have it as a certified pre-owned vehicle, that's when you have to go to that location, because a Ford store cannot certify a Chevy. We have our extended service contracts that almost exactly mimic what the certification is, but that's just franchise law.
But yeah, it's simple though. If you want a Honda at any of the stores, go there. We talk to you, give you a heads up, be like, "Hi, I'm in Poughkeepsie. It's easier for me to get here." And the Honda is located in Goshen. We will bring it over for you. You can test drive it. We make it as simple as possible. We just need a little heads up, and it can get over there pretty quickly though.
Yeah, I'd say that our customers are repeat customers. They're comfortable with the Healey organization, but they're more comfortable with the Healey store, and even more so probably with their salesperson. So they feel comfortable with that. The Melissa up at at the Chevy store and maybe purchased the last 3 vehicles, that person's going to want to go back to Melissa because she's treated them well. So we don't want to force our customer to say, no, you have to go to Beacon to get that particular Chevy Sonic that you saw online. We're going to allow you to work with your salesperson and do the whole process right through her.
But like you said, if it is a certified and you want that GM or Chevy certification, that the person that you work with, say at the Ford store, and they're saying, hey, if you want that certification, you have to go up there. We'll make the handshake. We'll introduce you to the people. We make it as so stress-free, and we put you in good hands. Every store you're going to go to, you're going to be in good hands. But we make it as simple as possible. That salesperson will introduce you to someone up there. They'll make sure it goes very smooth, simple, and you get your car the way you want it.
What are some of our lowest and highest priced used vehicles?
Right now, we have a 2013 Kia Optima as low as $9,999. And the most expensive vehicle on the lot is a Ford Mason dump with a plow on it. And that's about $93,000.
Perfect landscaping vehicle, that's for sure.
Yeah, but we have everything in between.
Construction.
Our construction, very true, very true.
Yeah, I'd say prior to COVID, that like key number to be under was everyone wanted a $15,000 or under vehicle. That's risen now. Just being able to have vehicles under $20,000, that seems to be the sweet spot. The days of a $5,000 or $10,000 car are few and far between, but you can get a high quality pre-owned vehicle for under $20,000. You can get a high quality pre-owned vehicle for about $100,000 too. It's whatever your budget allows for.
Yeah, and those $20,000 ones aren't easy to come by. They're diamonds. They're sought after by everyone. Like you said, they're the sweet spot for the consumer. They're not easy to get.
Yeah, how I had said earlier that we have 300 something vehicles in stock, but we're selling 300 or 400 used vehicles every month. It means we're turning our inventory. So there is a very high chance that those 20,000 and under vehicles, they're sold in that same month. It's rare that you'll ever see one of those hit the pre-auction tab.
I don't remember if we touched on how many we have. Steve, how many are under 20,000? There should be a section on the website.
I'm going to say 47. I probably misspoke earlier and said 70.
Yeah, but it probably says 47. It might go to like a $21,000 range.
Yeah.
42?
Ooh.
41 technically. One's at 20,000.
Yeah. So, I mean, we that's a lot.
And 42 under 20,000, I would say that's pretty good. I'd put that against any other dealers.
I mean, it's more than 10% of our inventory. So, I mean, that's a big number.
I would test some other dealers' inventory. I mean, that's a lot of choice, a lot of option at a great value. And plus backed by our whole process of getting your vehicle through the shop.
Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, hit that subscribe button, and follow us at Healey Brothers on all social platforms.